Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the workshop. This is part 2 of the series on making a lathe copy attachment. In this section I shall be making a start on the slide involving the use of a roughing end mill and the boring head. Viewers should be warned that it does contain scenes of tool breakage, which some people may find distressing. I've ground the two faces, top and bottom, of the what's it going to be? This is going to be the slide, and I've zeroed the DRO out on this corner, 0, 0 in X and Y. I've brought the roughing end mill down to the top of the work and zeroed it there, and I'm now going to carve out the end down to a depth of 8mm before putting in the quadrant cuts to form the nose of the piece. I'll do the first cut on camera and then come back when I've done all the tedious work. That was a 1mm depth of cut. Bit juddery. I'm not sure whether I've got the speeds and feeds right, so I'll have a little play with that, and so that I don't break anything on camera, I'll come back in a minute when it's finished. I'll move the camera around a bit so you can see the results of my efforts. Turns out these roughing mills like to be treated quite savagely, so I took 2 and even 3mm depth of cut right across, and that soon whipped that out. And I've left a little bit of clean up on the bottom, and a little, I think about 1/2 mm on this face as well, just for final clearing up. I'll probably clean that up on the surface grinder, actually, give it a nice little pretty finish. But next up I'm going to mill out the majority of this radius here and here, and then I think probably with the boring head I'll finish that off, but we'll see. That's it for now. Back when I do the next setup. The setup we have here then is a small core drill, which I'm going to take out the corner of this piece of metal. That will allow me to use this core drill, for which I have very little hope of actually making any decent cuts, but we'll try it anyway. And taking the corner off here will give clearance for the standard centering drill on here. So I'll see how that goes. If not, I'll just have to nibble away at it with the whatever it's called. Slips my mind. Boring head is the word I was looking for. thought it would. I'll take this out and mount the hole saw in there, and we'll see how it gets on. Well, like I say, I don't expect much success with this setup. It's a cheap hole saw from the local builders merchants. I've never had much luck with these before. They're certainly by no means precision. This is a 38mm diameter hole saw, and the radius I want to cut is 25, so if it all goes belly up, then I've still got plenty of material to play with. Right, it needs to be run fairly slow, I guess. Let's try that. Ooh. Yep, just as I thought. Bloody awful. But there we go. I'll finish them, not carry on with any more of that. Have to think of something else. My plan B, I've gone back to the 10mm hogging out end mill, and I'm just going to run it up to just short of where the radius will be in this direction, and also up in this direction, and then roughly cut out the radius, which I will then clean up with the boring head. So let's give it a go. This is going to be climb milling. I'm going to have to do some maths first. So we want to go up to 25 here. That's on 0. 25. So we need to go up to when the DRO says 20. Which will make it 19. Check that with a rule or scale. Yep, that's just short of 25. So if I bring that now down to about there. 0. And now we'll cut along the positive Y direction. gradually nibbling it away. I'll carry on with this, and when I've got the majority of it out, I'll bring you back and we'll start off with the boring head. In fact, while I've got this in here, I'll probably do the other side at the same time over here. So only one change of tool. Right, onwards and upwards. And I've got the boring head mounted in the mill now, and off camera I've bored it to the required radius on this side, just in case it all went wrong or something broke. I'm using one of these gnarly old horrible brazed carbide tipped boring bars. I don't like them, but I'm not going to use up my inserted tooling on this particular job. So that one's done. I'm now going to move this over to the 0, 0 is on this invisible point here, and then going to bring it down and mark the top where this has finished up, so that I've got something to aim for. So over we go to that's the 0 middle, and it's 30mm offset. And I'll do a gentle score on here. Whee! And that broke the top, the carbide tip. Well done, John. Right, seems like we've reached a bit of a pause here. Some while later, and a different carbide tipped boring bar in the head, and we're about to start again. It's awfully noisy because it's an interrupted cut. Not very pleasant to hear, not very pleasant to watch either, so I won't make you do that. Here we go, we'll start off anyway. I'm doing it half a turn on the screw at a time. I counted back and it should take, I think, 10 of these adjustments. So it's pretty laborious. Just one more to watch and then I'll let you have a rest. There we are, that's enough for a moment. Just to give you a different perspective from the other end of the mill table. Riveting stuff, eh? And that should be the last cut. The acid test will now be what this measures. A few raggy bits on the end there, but I think we can get around that. Let's have a look. Oh, moved it. Let's open up a bit, but can you see that? It's supposed to be 10, but it's only cosmetic, and that will do for me. Thank you very much. I think I'll stop that video there, and I'll start again with a new one doing the dovetail slot. Otherwise this is going to turn into a marathon session. So if you have been, thanks for watching, and catch you on the next one. Bye now.